This footage surfaced on a popular subreddit, shared by a user who was left questioning the safety of their own home after reviewing their security logs. It captures a standard monochrome view of a master bedroom in the dead of night. A couple is seen fast asleep, completely unaware of the camera's watchful eye. In the foreground, a heavy punching bag hangs silently, while a doorway in the background leads into the pitch-black hallway of the rest of the house. Everything seems perfectly still, the kind of heavy, oppressive silence you only find in the earliest hours of the morning. The atmosphere is calm, yet there is an underlying sense of vulnerability that comes with being watched while you sleep. But pay close attention to the foot of the bed on the left side, where the stillness is about to be shattered by a movement that defies a simple explanation. The way the fabric reacts suggests a distinct, localized force pulling it upward from an angle that doesn't match the sleeper's positions. It is a brief moment of interaction, but it seems to have a lingering effect on the environment, leading to a visible change in the room's energy. As we examine the footage closer, the duvet clearly peaks as if snagged by an invisible hand. Some viewers are convinced this is a classic manifestation, a physical interaction from an entity attempting to make its presence known in the physical realm. They point out the specific way the fabric tenting occurs, suggesting a vertical pull rather than a horizontal slide. However, skeptics are quick to offer more grounded theories. Could it be a simple case of a pet, perhaps a small cat or dog, shifting underneath the covers? Though none are visible, it remains a possibility. Others suggest the wife might have moved her leg in her sleep, but the trajectory of the lift doesn't quite align with her body's position. There is also the potential for a thin fishing line being used to create a viral moment, a common tactic for internet engagement. The man's sudden awakening and confusion moments later only add to the tension, as if he sensed a shift in the room's atmosphere. Is this a genuine haunting or a clever fabrication? The movement is subtle, yet undeniably unsettling. TikTok user Amanda Sanders has been documenting a series of frightening occurrences in her home that she attributes to a spirit. In this specific video, she attempts to catch it on cue, walking us through the narrow hallways of her residence. She mentions that her father-in-law is so terrified that he has stopped sleeping in his own bedroom, opting for the couch instead. The tension is palpable as she moves from the kitchen toward the back of the house, inviting whatever presence is there to manifest. The air in the trailer feels thin, and every creak of the floorboard sounds like a warning.
All right, guys, some crazy stuff's been happening in my house. I'm trying to catch it on camera. The door shut like 5 minutes ago. I opened it back up. I'm going to see if it'll do it again. Here we go. Oh, shit.
The door doesn't just drift shut, it slams with a force that suggests a physical push. Amanda's reaction seems genuine, a mix of vindication and fear. But as she continues her tour to prove the house is empty, things escalate from simple doors to kitchen fixtures. Keep a close eye on the shelving unit as she enters the storage area, because the entity seems to be following her footsteps.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God, that was so crazy. I really didn't think it was going to happen like that on cue. Jesus. Oh, God. Why is my camera glitching out? Oh, that tends to happen when you get close to stuff, I guess. Okay, I just want to show you guys that no one's in here. No one's here but us. This is a closet. Let me try to turn the light on so you guys can see. Like, there's nothing in here, nobody in here. Like, what the f? Nobody under a bed. You can't see nothing. Oh my God.
The slamming of the cabinet door right as she mentions the room's history is a classic poltergeist trope. It's almost as if the spirit is trying to reclaim its space. We are going to see one more burst of activity as she tries to exit the room. Watch the main bedroom door carefully as she turns her back to it.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. What the And guys, I know my father-in-law did not just shut that door. He's like 60 some years old, guys. Like this stuff, and this is his bedroom, and he's scared to death. Like he's been sleeping on the couch, and my brother's been sleeping in his bed. But this is crazy. What the fuck? I don't know.
The final door slam is the most aggressive of all, occurring with violent speed. While the footage is compelling, skeptics point out several red flags. The camera is constantly shaking and panning away, which could provide cover for an off-camera accomplice to pull strings or manually slam doors. Others argue that in mobile homes, uneven leveling can cause doors to swing shut, though the speed here seems far too fast for gravity alone. Skeptics also highlight that the glitching she mentions early on could be a deliberate digital effect added to enhance the atmosphere. Is this a legitimate haunting or a clever staged production for social media? Tell me your verdict in the comments below. This clip features a man who is simply trying to enjoy a post-workout meal when his kitchen turned into a scene from a horror film. He starts the recording because of a strange clicking sound coming from his stove, the sound of the igniter firing on its own. The house is quiet, the lighting is dim, and the man's breathing is heavy with anxiety. He walks us through his living area to show he is alone, but the kitchen seems to have a mind of its own. It's a domestic setting turned hostile, where everyday objects become instruments of dread.
All right, can somebody please help explain this? I just got done making a protein burrito for after my workout on the stove. Came back in to finish my coffee. And the first minute or so, I played it off. I kept hearing this clicking noise, and I thought maybe it was the TV or something, or the heat vent. But then I realized what the sound was, and it was the sound of the stove burner, how it clicks before it lights. That's what I was hearing. Now, the pan is still on the stove, still warm. All the burners are off. But I kept hearing the clicking, like the burner was trying to come on. Like I said, I just finished cooking. I was sitting there drinking my coffee, and I was hearing. And it sounded like it was... Go.
The pantry door slams with immense force, but that's just the distraction. Pay close attention to the floor as he pans back toward the kitchen entrance. Something that wasn't there seconds ago is about to appear, and the source is completely obscured from the camera's view.
Like it was... Go.
A large kitchen knife is now lying in the middle of the floor. There was no sound of it falling, just a sudden presence. But the activity isn't finished with the cutlery. As he approaches the counter, look at the knife block itself. The spirit seems to want to show him exactly where that blade came from.
Why with the knives? Why with the knives? Why? Why with the knives?
From a paranormal perspective, this is a high-energy poltergeist manifestation, focusing on sharp objects to incite maximum fear. Skeptics point out that the pantry door could easily be pulled by a hidden string, and the knives could be manipulated using magnets or monofilament lines through the back of the cabinet. They also note that the clicking stove can be caused by a faulty ignition switch. Is it a masterclass in practical effects or something truly malevolent? Sound off in the comments with your theory. From entities forming in bedrooms to kitchen knives moving of their own accord, the evidence is mounting. If you're enjoying Pale Playback, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We release new evidence every single week. Now, steel yourselves because the next clips might be even more disturbing. The footage we're about to examine comes from TikTok user Misteriocha. It's a late-night recording that begins with a heavy atmosphere in a dimly lit bedroom. The uploader appears genuinely terrified, and for good reason. Before we even see anything, the tension in the room is palpable. There's a certain weight to the silence in this house, the kind of silence that feels like it's waiting to be broken by something from the shadows. Pay close attention to the door and the area beyond it as they venture out into the hallway. The aggressive banging on that door wasn't just a light tap, it was a deliberate, heavy strike against the wood. As they cautiously open the door to investigate the darkened hallway, listen closely. The environment is about to produce a sound that shouldn't be there.
Ya le hablé a la policía. Y ahorita va a venir. Tráeme un palo. Tráeme algo. Tráeme algo. Va a venir ahorita la policía. Corre. ¿A qué estás molestando aquí? Ya...
That sound resembles a muffled sob, adding a psychological layer to this encounter. But as the camera pans further into the darkness, something even more concrete begins to manifest in the background. Keep your eyes on the deep shadows.
¿A qué estás molestando aquí? Ya te habías ido. ¿Qué quieres? ¿A quién quieres? ¿A quién quieres? ¿A Regina o a quién quieres?
¿Cómo que a mí?
¿A quién quieres? Vete de aquí. Vete de aquí. Se paró. ¿Quién chingados eres?
A dark humanoid shape is visible for a brief moment in the background, appearing to stand still before the camera cuts away. Skeptics suggest this could be a person standing in the shadows or a cleverly placed prop. Others argue that the sound of the crying combined with the figure points to a residual haunting. It leaves a lot to the imagination and more than a few questions about what else is hiding in that house. I'd love to hear your theories on this one in the comments below. TikTok user Pitrums brings us to what appears to be a studio after hours. The uploader claims that things have been moving on their own for some time, prompting them to start recording. In this specific clip, they decide to enter a locked room where activity was just heard. The tension is palpable as the keys turn in the lock, echoing through the empty building. There's supposedly no one else inside, and the camera is about to capture a sequence of events that challenges the idea of a simple prank. Keep a close watch on the furniture.
¿Qué les dije?
The initial clatter heard through the door suggests something heavy was displaced right as they were about to enter. But as the uploader walks through the room to show it's empty, the most aggressive display of energy is yet to come. Watch the door behind the equipment closely.
¿Qué les dije? ¿Qué les dije a la verga? Miren, voy a entrar. Miren, para que vean que no hay nadie adentro. Todo en una toma. Ay, perdón con mis 20,000 vueltas, pero es una llave de seguridad. Miren. O sea, no ha salido nadie, miren. No mames.
The way that door slams shut is remarkably forceful, far beyond what a simple draft could achieve. Skeptics point out that the angle of the camera doesn't show the floor behind the door, leaving the possibility of a hidden string. However, others note the speed and the sound of the latch engaging as evidence of a physical push. The uploader's reaction seems consistent with someone experiencing a genuine fright. What do you think prompted that door to close so suddenly? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Our next entry comes from the account Haunted House 84. The uploader has been documenting a series of bizarre occurrences in their home, which they often attribute to a strange mask hanging in their living room. In this specific recording, the kitchen becomes the center of the storm. It starts subtly, with a sharp sound that catches the attention of both the resident and their cat. Animals are often said to be more sensitive to these environmental shifts, and this cat's reaction is certainly telling. As the camera follows the pet into the kitchen, the atmosphere feels increasingly charged.
Just heard, I swear I heard this glass go ting, you know, like that noise. Even the cat's coming over to investigate. Yeah, I know, some weird shit's happening, innit, kitty? There's the weird mask. Some you out, kitty? Huh? I swear it was that glass. Weird African mask, is it you? Could be the African mask. Brought some voodoo magic. What?
The faucet turning on full blast by itself is a classic sign of high-level poltergeist activity. Skeptics argue that a remote-controlled solenoid valve could easily replicate this effect for the camera. However, believers point to the cat's distress as proof of something more authentic. The suddenness of the water flow is what makes this clip so startling. If this is a hoax, it's a very well-executed one that plays on the fear of the unseen. Does the mask have anything to do with this? Tell me what you believe in the comments. From crying sounds in dark hallways to aggressive waterworks in the kitchen, the evidence is mounting. If you're enjoying Pale Playback, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an investigation. We release new evidence every single week. Now steel yourselves, because the next clip might be the most comprehensive and disturbing one yet. Nixamino68 shares a series of terrifying nights at their workplace, a yogurt shop called Twirls and Twirls. What starts as light flickering soon escalates into objects being thrown and phantom footsteps. The staff here seem genuinely distressed, often staying late just to document the anomalies that occur once the sun goes down. The volume of activity in this single location is staggering, suggesting a high level of spiritual energy. In this compilation, we see multiple employees witnessing things that shouldn't be possible. Pay close attention to the background and the audio cues throughout.
Okay, guys, we were literally just about to leave my store when shit just started flickering again. This is the second time it's happened. My car's over there, and...
I'm shaking right now.
Okay, and her keys are in the bag.
We need to go. We need to go get my keys.
And the light turned on.
The lights aren't just surging. They appear to be reacting to the presence of the workers, but flickering bulbs are just the beginning. As they move through the back of the store, the physical environment starts to lash out. Watch the items on the shelves.
We need to go get my keys.
And the light turned on.
I don't want to go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna literally record this whole thing just so you guys can see what happened. I'm literally so scared. Okay, something... The bathroom light's on too.
But why are my keys on the floor? They were not there. Like, I just put them on the desk. Like, oh my god.
This is literally insane. Okay, guys, we've been sitting in the back for like 20 minutes now, and we're just watching the cameras, and stuff is still flickering and going on, but nothing happened back here, and we need to go home, and this is so freaking terrifying.
We're 50 minutes past our shift because of this shit.
We closed at 10, so we need to like, it's so dark because all the light switches are over here.
Stop it. Stop it. Go.
Okay.
Go.
That broom moved with significant force, catching everyone off guard. As the night progresses, the activity moves above them. Listen for the sound of something pacing back and forth in a ceiling space that should be completely empty.
Pictures are over here.
Stop it. Stop it. Go.
Okay.
Go. Go.
Okay, this is what I mean. This room is over.
God.
This is
Oh my god.
this is what we're dealing with.
Oh my god, yo. What the Bro, Nick, did you do this on purpose?
I-
Did you fake this? No, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, Nick.
Stop! You're literally. Are you?
No, wait, no. Nah.
No.
That didn't just
We literally looked away for like 2 seconds.
happen, 'cause, like, what-
Okay, we're gonna peace out for the night. Okay, we're gonna peace out for the night. I can't even put the key in. This is what we deal with at Twirls and Twirls, and no one believes us because who would? Who really would? And the backlight's on.
This place is fucking possessed by a demon, so I'm
No,
quitting.
the light's still on.
Like, which one?
I don't think we turned it off though, but now the machine lights are on. Good. This is great. This is great. Okay, guys, I'm here alone. It's a few days later, and it's 6 o'clock. I'll show you the time. The lights are freaking flickering again. The music is being wacky. The speakers are in the ceiling. Like, this is literally insane. And now they stopped. And now they're like, this is what I mean. Nothing. Like, I don't know how to explain this. The switch is right here.
It's 11:29. Me and Nick were supposed to leave here at 11 o'clock, but weird shit is happening.
A chair fell. There's lights flickering
Literally,
on
there
the
is
machines.
lights flickering
A
everywhere.
chair fell.
It's
This is
freaking
like-
me out.
I mean, what the is that? There's actual footsteps going on in the ceiling right now. And
Those footsteps are heavy and rhythmic, suggesting a physical weight behind them, but the final act occurs right in front of the lens in the kitchen area. Keep your eyes on the sink as an object is suddenly displaced.
there's actual footsteps going on in the ceiling right now. And something just fell over here. Is anyone there?
I'm scared. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. Stop.
The item falling into the sink is the final straw for the staff. Skeptics will point out that old buildings often have electrical issues and settling noises, but the timing of these events in relation to the workers is difficult to dismiss. The sheer number of witnesses makes this case particularly compelling. Whether it's a clever viral marketing campaign or a genuine haunting, it has certainly left a mark on those who work there. What would you do if your workplace started acting this way? Share your thoughts below. This footage comes to us from TikTok user Rodin Farias, capturing a night that escalated from strange noises to a full-blown domestic haunting. The man filming is clearly distressed as he investigates his home after hearing consistent knocking at his door in the early hours of the morning. He explores the kitchen and living areas, hoping to find a logical explanation for the sounds keeping him awake, unaware that the source of the disturbance isn't something that can be easily explained by an intruder. The atmosphere is thick with tension as he pans across seemingly empty rooms.
Estoy en mi pieza queriendo dormir, boludo, y me tocan la puerta toda la noche, amigo. Son como las 1 de la mañana. No hay nada. No, amigo, ¿qué mierda es eso, boludo?
As he looks toward the doorway, a dark figure briefly peeks out before retreating. Some viewers believe this is a shadow person, specifically because of the way it appears to lack three-dimensional features. Others argue it could be a resident hiding, though the man claims to be alone. Keep your eyes on the closet area next.
No, amigo, ¿qué mierda es eso, boludo? ¿Qué mierda sos, la concha de tu madre? Boludo, no. Amigo, no hay nadie, boludo. No. De hoy se está escuchando esa mierda. ¿Qué? No, boludo, no.
The clatter inside the closet is unmistakable, with a hanger visibly swinging as if brushed aside. Skeptics suggest a pet or a draft, but the force seems intentional. However, the most blatant activity happens in the kitchen hallway with a common household item.
No, 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 no. Encima busca la ventana, boludo. No hay nadie, amigo. O sea, no hay chance que haya salido alguien por acá, boludo. No, amigo, no, 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 no. No, amigo, de nuevo esto. Pero qué...
The rolls of toilet paper falling in front of the camera provide a jarring climax. Paranormal enthusiasts point to this as high-level kinetic activity, noting the objects fall with significant momentum. Skeptics point out that items stacked precariously can fall due to minor vibrations, or even thin monofilament line being pulled. The way the man reacts feels genuine. This sequence of events leaves us wondering if his home has become a playground for something unseen. What do you make of the variety of activities? Let me know in the comments if you think this is a clever hoax. TikTok user Vrgodoy brings us into a public restroom where the mundane act of washing up turns into a viral mystery. The bathroom is seemingly empty, yet the atmosphere is heavy and the silence is about to be broken by a physical manifestation. Security guards often report strange occurrences in these types of facilities at night, but what's captured here suggests that the privacy of a stall might not be as secure as one would hope. Pay close attention to the row of doors in the reflection and the sounds echoing off the tiles. The stall door slamming shut followed by an immediate flush is a shock. Some viewers believe this is a residual haunting, specifically because the sequence of events mimics a person's routine. Others argue that automatic sensors can be faulty or triggered by insects, and the door could have been moved by air pressure changes. Skeptics point out a person could be hiding in the stall out of frame. Does this bathroom have a permanent resident, or is it just a mechanical fluke? Post your theories in the comments below. From shadow figures in homes to slamming stall doors and entities in warehouses, the evidence is mounting. If you're enjoying Pale Playback, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an investigation. We release new evidence every single week. Now, steel yourselves, because our next clip involves a child's toy car and a very long, very quiet night. Next, we examine a clip from TikTok user ZapBoutASnap, who works in a large industrial facility. The vast, echoing spaces of warehouses are notorious for playing tricks on the mind, but when a worker feels they're being watched, instinct usually takes over. The cameraman is reacting to a movement he spotted near the distant doorway, leading to a tense exploration of the facility's narrow corridors and heavy metal doors. He seems determined to confront whatever is lurking in the shadows. The scale of the building makes any unexpected movement feel threatening.
I'm about to quit. Shit. What the f? No, I ain't seen this. Oh my God. What the f? Y'all, this shit is wild. It happened right in here. That is crazy. Y'all see that on camera? Rewind the camera back. That's fucking crazy. I gotta be in here one day when it's dark so I can catch that. Wow. It's fucking insane, y'all.
That peek from behind the door is truly bone-chilling. Many viewers believe this is evidence of a crawler or a trespasser, specifically because of the pale, unnatural look of the face. Others argue it's a coworker pulling a dangerous prank or a cardboard cutout placed to scare unsuspecting staff. Skeptics point out that the camera quality and lighting at that distance make it hard to distinguish facial features. The worker's fear adds a layer of authenticity to the encounter. Was it a physical intruder or something from beyond the veil? Tell me what you saw in the darkness down in the comments. This entry features TikTok user ArkansasBoy1, who recorded a series of events involving a toy car at 3:30 in the morning. While most parents are used to toys making noise, seeing one move across a flat floor with no one around is a different matter entirely. The uploader is visibly shaken, trying to rationalize the movement of a toy that he claims has no motor or electronic components whatsoever. He documents the layout of the room, showing his child asleep, proving that no one is near the car as it begins its impossible journey across the hardwood.
It's 3:30 in the morning. I swear on my life. With freaking toy cars. Oh, you've got to be f***ing kidding me. No.
The first movement is subtle but clear, with the car gliding forward as if pushed by a small hand. Some viewers believe this is an elemental spirit playing, specifically because of the toy's nature. Keep watching as the car takes a second, more deliberate turn.
No. No, sir. No, ma'am. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know whether to wake Elizabeth or somebody call Justin Nunley or an exorcist. I don't know. I mean, I'm not scared, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't shaking. So I'm just gonna leave it there till the morning for Elizabeth to come play with it. And it's not electronical, y'all. There's no damn motor in that thing. I feel so weird and out of place right now. I don't know if it's still there. To be truthful, I'm thinking about just leaving Elizabeth in Revelation and going somewhere for the night. I don't know what to do. Let's check on it. You still there? Pirates of the Caribbean's getting good. I'm not scared. I'm just kind of freaked out because, it's friendly.
Watching that toy car cross the entire room is enough to make any parent's skin crawl. Paranormal researchers often suggest that objects of play are easily manipulated by spirits trying to get attention. Skeptics point out that invisible thread attached to the wheels could replicate this movement. They also note that a slight slope in the foundation could be responsible, but the way the car stops and starts seems to defy gravity. Was this a ghostly playmate or a very well-executed viral prank? The toy sits still now, but the mystery remains. Share your thoughts in the comments. As we wrap up this journey through the digital archives of the unexplained, one thing becomes certain: the camera often sees what the human eye might miss. The yogurt shop footage stands out as a particularly aggressive case of localized activity, while the figure in the hallway suggests something far more hidden in the shadows. Skeptics will always point to strings, editing software, or simple mechanical failures, and in many cases they are correct. However, the raw emotion captured in these voices is much harder to fake than a moving shadow. We must ask ourselves if these uploaders are master storytellers or if they are simply witnesses to a world we don't yet understand. What if the energy left behind in these spaces is simply looking for an audience to acknowledge it? Or perhaps these recordings are warnings for the rest of us to stay away from the dark. I want to hear your personal theories. Have you ever experienced something like the events at Twirls and Twirls? Your stories help build the narrative of the unknown. Thank you for joining me for this session of Pale Playback. If you haven't already, please consider supporting the channel by liking this video and sharing it with someone who doesn't like sleeping in the dark. I'll be back next week with even more compelling evidence. Until then, keep your eyes open and your cameras rolling.